Did you know that Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps came out in 1992? Yeah, that's right. They're 29 years old. So in today's video, we are going to talk about an updated version of the Baby Steps to fit real life in 2021. Hey everyone, I'm Sami from A Sunny Side Up Life, and in today's video, I am going to share with you the advice that I pass along to my coaching clients for what life is actually like and how you can adapt to the baby steps for today's world. What's funny to me is how stubborn Dave Ramsey is to update his baby steps to actually work nearly 30 years later. Because let's be honest, a lot of life has changed since then. 9/11, the 08 stock market crash, coronavirus, just to name a few, that have completely changed the way that we look at money, the way that we handle money, and that's not even to take into account inflation. Hello. So if I was to rewrite the baby steps for 2021, this is how they would go. Baby step 1, Dave Ramsey says $1,000. But again, if we do an inflation calculator, which I did, $1,000 in 1992 would be worth $1,800 in today's money. I think that a lot of people pick $1,000 because it's a nice round number, and sure, that's a great place to start, but definitely don't stop there. If I had to say anything, I would say a good rule of thumb of a place to start is like 1 month's expenses, and then gradually let that emergency fund grow over time. So baby step 1, from $1,000 to 1 month's worth of income. Baby step 2 is the debt snowball. The debt snowball, of course, is where you start with your smallest balance, and once you pay it off, you would apply any extra money to the second smallest balance, and then you would eventually pay off the highest balance debt. I actually did a recent podcast on different ways that you can pay off your debt. I will link to it below. And in that podcast, I talk about 5 different ways. We talk about the snowball, the debt avalanche, which is where you pay off highest interest first. Also, your most hated debt, the one that causes you stress the most, or freeing up monthly payments. Or you could do some kind of hybrid method. The thing is that any of these will work as long as you end up debt-free. That's all that matters. The best thing you can do is explore all of these options, play around with how much interest is this going to save you, when am I going to be debt-free, what's going to relieve the most stress, make something custom to fit your actual needs. So where Dave Ramsey says baby step 2 should be debt snowball, I say sure, pay off your debt, but do whatever method works best for you. Baby step 3 is to save 3 to 6 months worth of an emergency fund, and this is after all of your debt is paid off. Y'all, some people with student loans, it's going to take them a while. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to wait 5 to 10 years to have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. That's insane to me. Other reasons that I would not wait: what if your job is not secure? What if you are the main income provider, or you are a single income household and you were to lose your job? Only having $1,000 or even only having 1 month's expense is really scary. So if you are one of these people that feel like it's too risky, go ahead and bump that up on the priorities list. Make a custom timeline. Maybe pay off some of your smaller debts as you are gradually saving a little bit of money, working up to that goal of a 6 month. Then maybe after you get all your consumer debt, all you have left is student loans or something, then you maybe get a little more serious about your emergency fund, whatever timeline works for you. Where Dave Ramsey says baby step 3, 3 to 6 month emergency fund after you're debt free, I say 3 to 6 month emergency fund at some point in the early to middle stages of your debt-free journey. Baby step 4 is to invest 15% of your income for retirement. Again, you're supposed to do these in order. So we're not investing at all until we are 100% debt-free, except for the mortgage, and we have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Could you imagine some people with student loans waiting this long? Their kids are going to be halfway grown before they've even started saving for retirement. This is insanity to me. First of all, I say that if your employer matches on your 401k, don't miss out on that. That is literally free money. So I would at least do your employer match. And a lot of times this is only going to be like 2 to 5%. This is going to add up big time in the long run. But make sure, again, that you are running the numbers, that you are making a customized plan. Figure out how long it is going to take you to become debt-free. Figure out what the difference would be if you took a couple $100s a month and started investing it. And what would that make your debt payoff timeline look like? What would that make your investing look like? And just play around with the numbers until you find some custom plan that makes sense for you. And you know how much you need to be investing. You at least know what your goal is, even if you do wait a couple of years to full speed ahead invest. So where Dave Ramsey says baby step 4, invest 15% in retirement after you are debt free, I say invest at least a little bit at the beginning of your journey, and again, let it grow as you progress. Baby step 5 is save for your kids' college. Sure, if you can afford it, of course. This should be a personal decision. I think that saving for kids' college is not on everyone's priority list. Plus, let's mention the people who don't even have kids and this doesn't apply to them at all. Dave Ramsey recommends 529s for your kids' college, which is great if you are going to require your kids to go to college. But again, college is not for everyone. So I personally prefer the term launch fund, which is where we're saving money for our kids once they reach adulthood. And this could be to go to college, but this could also be to start a business or buy a house or travel or do something awesome that is going to help them start their adult years on the right foot. By tying your money up in a 529, it feels really claustrophobic to me, and it feels like you might be forcing someone to go to college who they might not be interested in college or it might not be right for them. So where Dave Ramsey says baby step 5, save for your kids' college, I say, does it fit in your plan? Do you think that it's necessary? If so, go ahead and do it. Baby step 6 is to pay off your mortgage early. Now you're going to tell them that the only way that they can ever own a house is if they pay it off in 15 years and they also hustle to pay it off even faster. I just feel like this is really discriminative to people who are maybe one-income households, single parents, people who are coming up out of poverty, people who live in high cost of living cities. Hey, if you want to be a homeowner and getting a 30-year loan is the only way that you can do it and you can easily afford that 30-year note, go ahead and do it. If you don't want to hustle to pay it off early, who cares? Then we'll talk about the mathematics side of this. So if you get a mortgage for 3 to 5% or so, and you could take that money instead and invest it and get easily an 8% return. Let's do the math on that. So sometimes it's smarter if you get a really low interest rate to kind of hang on to your mortgage and maybe save and invest more money in the stock market, and the math just makes sense over the long run. So where Dave Ramsey says baby step 6, pay off your mortgage early and get a 15-year loan, I say do what you can afford, do what fits in your plan. It's not the end of the world if you have to get a 30-year note. And baby step 7, build wealth and give. I feel like he pushes giving quite a bit, and I get like giving back, and hey, I have a heart for giving as well. I kind of feel like there's a lot of guilt built up in this, like that if you're gonna aspire to build wealth and be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, that you should only do it in order to give all of your money away. If your goal is to build wealth just for the sole purpose of taking care of yourself and your family, that's a good enough reason. And I don't like the added note that we have to aspire to just be this big philanthropist, and that's not where everyone is. The other side of it, like I said, I have a giving heart, so I'm not gonna wait until I'm all the way at the end of my journey to start giving. I'm gonna do it all along, so I kind of feel like it doesn't even really need to be added to this step. So where Dave Ramsey says baby step 7, build wealth and give, I say baby step 7, build wealth, give along the way. All right, guys, so those are Dave Ramsey's baby steps adapted for life in 2021. I hope that these were helpful to you to kind of give you a little bit of a different perspective on how to view the baby steps. I would love to hear from you in the comments below.
If you have something nice to say.
Anytime I post any kind of like anti-Dave Ramsey, I always get a bunch of nasty comments, so I'm already preparing myself for it. But again, I would like to hear y'all's feedback on this video. That is all for me today, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.